What's going on, fellow fish tank fanatics? It's Katie coming to you all with an update video on the 240. I've been out of making videos for a little while, and it's just because I was traveling for the last time I'll be able to travel in quite a few months, and I really didn't have a whole lot going on. But since then, I have had some stuff that has happened. And as you can tell, the 240 is quiet, and it is full, and the fish just ate, so they're going crazy. But the tank manufacturer got out here and fixed the tank. That was a fiasco. I'll be completely honest with you all. Having a tank this large leaking is not an ideal situation to be in. But I will say this, the tank manufacturer that built me this tank, it was not their fault. It was the fish store's fault. They had been contacting the fish store on a daily basis trying to get my information, just phone number and address, so they can contact me and say, hey, what day works? The fish store never contacted me, even though I was contacting them every few days asking, what's the status? What's the status? When is this tank going to get fixed? Is it going to get fixed? Yada, yada, yada. So I completely blame this on the fish store. I do not plan to ever go back to that fish store just from poor customer service that they offered. And then the fact is that they got mad at me because I contacted the manufacturer myself and I asked, hey, do you have any idea what's going on with this? And then the fish store, of course, got mad at me and said that it wasn't my place to contact them myself and that I should have left it up to them. But I don't really care because the tank got fixed. It needed to get fixed. The manufacturer and the people that work for that company were fantastic. They got out here. They said, hey, they'll be out there at noon today. They actually rearranged their schedule to fit me in because they were supposed to be out on a Monday. I was told they're going to be out on Monday. I contacted the fish store on that Monday morning and said, hey, are they still coming out? I haven't heard anything. Oh, no, they won't be able to come anymore today. Of course, that set me off because I'm not able to do a whole lot of work. I moved all of these fish, had them in the 90-gallon. They're already way too cramped for space. The background had to come out. Filters had to come out. Driftwood had to... Everything in this tank had to be removed. And then, oh, nope, they won't be able to come. So I called the manufacturer. I said, I was told that you all were coming today. You know what the manufacturer said? We've been calling and trying to get a hold of the fish store for the last, 4 days. They were like, all we needed was your number so that way we could contact you. And they refused to give it to us. They said they just completely ignored us. So, needless to say, tank's fixed. Everybody's back in. I did have one casualty in the process, but it wasn't because of being in the 90-gallon. The sharks tend to jump. Big Sharky over here, Big Kahuna, he will actually open the glass lids. He's so strong. And I think he's been teaching his little cohorts how to do that. And I don't know if one of them jumped up and actually knocked himself out and basically killed himself on the glass lid since he's not able to move it as well, or what. But I did find a shark dead just the other day. There was no sign, and there still is no sign of any illness in the tank. Water changes have been done. I'm not really worried about that. Now, like a day after that happened, I went to a new fish store that I had yet to be in, and I ran across that little guy, which I will be naming Itty Bitty, I'm pretty sure, because he's just so little compared to everybody else. But I cannot pass up green scats. They're by far my favorite fish, and if you get out in the light, he's got beautiful coloristics already. I mean, genetically speaking, he is fantastic. Let alone the fact is that the fish store that I visited, they're getting rid of all their freshwater stuff. The freshwater is not as profitable, or I guess business-wise, it's not as good for them, so they're getting rid of all their freshwater stuff. So everything that they had freshwater was 50% off. So I got him for the best price I have ever gotten a scat with tax. I think he was $4.87. And you all know from experience, if you've been buying fish that are healthy. The fact is that he came out addressed to me, which I don't know where he went now. He came out and addressed me. He still is responding. He goes up to the surface when it's time to eat. He's a very healthy fish. I did have him separated from everybody else here in the 240, but scats are social fish, and he was actually doing poorly by himself. So I went on and released him into the 240, and as you can tell, he is holding his own. He's not scared one bit. He's very happy to be in this tank. So I'm excited I have him, not worried about any sickness with him. Obviously, brackish water with water changes, I'm changing salinity all the time, which is definitely something that keeps him very healthy. But before I know it, he'll be the same size as the other scats, and there's big bully Gonzo doing what Gonzo does, but he's back in here now, picking on everybody. He might get separated here pretty soon, but that's all I've got. 240 is fixed for now. I hope it continues to stay that way. I'm hoping I can get my rear end in gear. I doubt I'll be able to do this in the next few weeks, actually finish the stand part out, but I'd like to think I could. But I'm pretty immobile. We're having some greater complications with the pregnancy towards the end here, so I've still got no more than 7 weeks left, but it doesn't look like I'll even make it 7 weeks. So baby could come next week, baby could come this week, baby could come whenever. So needless to say, I'm just kind of taking it easy, just enjoying my fish tanks, not really trying to work on them too much, but that's all I got. 240 is up and running though, and I'm excited. It is definitely something to relax to and watch. Got the rest of the plants in there. I think it makes it look a lot more natural with the plants in there. Most of these plants are not actually aquatic plants. These are all plastic plants. Can't have real plants in here with the scats and the brackish water. But most of your big plants, if you actually go to a hobby store like Hobby Lobby or a Michael's, you can find plastic plants for a lot cheaper than you can buy them through that are fish marketed. I just silicone the bottoms if there's wires in the bottom, and we're good to go. I've never had issues with it, and that's what I do. But needless to say, I'm pretty happy. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We're going to try to make another update video here pretty soon. I did get something else pretty new in the fish room, and we'll go over that here in a minute. But stay safe out there if you're traveling to and from work, to and from school, whatever you're doing today, guys. Stay safe out there.